Capital is often described as something that can move anywhere in the world. In theory, money is free from geography. It is supposed to follow opportunity wherever it appears. Technology has reduced distance between markets. Information now travels instantly across borders. From the outside, capital looks completely mobile. But the global map tells a different story. Over time, capital keeps returning to the same places. It does not spread evenly across the world. It concentrates in a small number of locations. This pattern repeats across decades. And it survives every major crisis. This persistence is not accidental. It reflects how capital actually evaluates space. Capital does not move randomly. It moves according to structure. And structure creates direction. Capital does not chase growth alone. It prioritizes predictability. It looks for places where risk can be priced clearly. It prefers environments where losses are manageable. Uncertainty matters more than potential. And uncertainty is not evenly distributed. Some places are better at absorbing shocks. Others are more fragile under stress. Capital learns this over time. And it remembers. Certain locations gradually develop dense financial ecosystems. Banks, exchanges, insurers, and legal systems cluster together. Settlement infrastructure grows around them. Liquidity deepens through repeated use. Each layer reduces uncertainty for the next. Trust accumulates slowly through repetition. Markets become familiar. Rules become predictable. Exit options become reliable. These qualities reinforce each other. Once this density exists, capital stops evaluating the world from scratch. It follows paths that already feel safe. Past stability becomes a signal for future security. Institutional memory begins to guide movement. What looks like preference is often inertia. Capital flows where systems have already proven resilient. Not where returns are highest. But where breakdowns are least likely. This is why capital behaves less like water and more like gravity. Some places become financial gravity wells. They attract flows simply by existing. Their depth pulls capital inward. Not through force, but through reliability. The deeper the system, the stronger the pull. And the harder it is to escape. This dynamic becomes most visible during moments of stress. When volatility rises, risk becomes harder to measure. Confidence weakens quickly. Capital does not experiment during uncertainty. It retreats. Funds are pulled from unfamiliar markets. Even when fundamentals have not changed. Familiarity suddenly outweighs opportunity. Liquidity becomes more valuable than growth. In these moments, capital consolidates. It moves toward places with deep markets. Places with clear legal protections. Places where exit remains possible. Peripheral markets feel the pressure first. Not because they caused the crisis, but because they lack buffers. Capital leaves faster than it arrived. And returning becomes harder. This is why crises rarely reset the financial map. They expose the system, but they do not restructure it. Core financial centers absorb shocks. They stabilize flows. They provide liquidity. Confidence returns there first. Peripheral regions are forced to adjust. They wait for stability to return elsewhere. Over time, this creates a stable geography of attraction. The same places dominate cycle after cycle. Growth reinforces their position. Crises strengthen it further. Because survival builds trust. And trust attracts capital. This concentration is often explained as merit, as efficiency, as better governance. But these explanations miss the deeper mechanism. What matters most is accumulation. Trust accumulates slowly. Legal predictability accumulates through use. Market depth accumulates through scale. These qualities cannot be created quickly. They cannot be imported easily. This is why policy incentives face limits. Special zones may attract short-term inflows. Tax benefits may create temporary interest. But they cannot replicate decades of confidence. Without institutional depth, capital remains cautious. It arrives quickly. And leaves even faster. Instability reinforces itself. Capital is not driven by optimism. It is driven by survivability. It prefers places where losses can be contained. Where uncertainty does not threaten the system itself. Where liquidity remains available under stress. These conditions are spatial. They exist in specific locations. And once established, they persist. This creates a paradox in the global economy. Capital appears constantly in motion. Flows shift every day. Portfolios adjust continuously. But the center of gravity barely moves. Movement creates the illusion of change. Structure ensures continuity. Over time, the map remains recognizable. The same cities anchor the system. The same hubs dominate flows. The same corridors attract capital. Borders matter less than nodes. Connectivity matters less than depth. So when we ask why capital always flows to the same places, the answer is not habit. It is not coordination. And it is not coincidence. It is geography. A geography shaped by density. By trust. By institutional memory. And by the ability to absorb shocks. Capital does move across the world. But gravity decides where it returns. This is behind the map.